Welcome, Virgo, to your weekly reading. This is for the 2nd to the 9th of February. I'm going to start off this week by pulling your charms. This is going to give us an indication of what could be in your energy field this week. And you have the butterfly, the musical note, and the elephant. Virgo, when the butterfly appears, it is always an incredibly positive sign because it speaks to us of transformation and change, something that is happening in your favor and for your highest good. It could also tell us that you are shedding old patterns or a challenging period and moving into a far easier time. This charm also speaks to us of hope and a sense of emotional renewal. The musical note now tells us that what you're heading into now could be a period of harmony. This could be a time where you're going to find it far easier to express yourself, and your emotions will be far more calm and relaxed, and it could be that you're just in the energy of going with the flow. It also speaks to us of you working with your natural rhythm. Don't fight against that this week, my dear Virgos. The elephant lets me know that while you move through this transition, you are doing so with quiet strength. This is not going to be a very erratic and chaotic period for you. You're going to move with the grace and the dignity of the elephant. And the elephant is also here to let you know you are far stronger than you give yourself credit for. Right, let's move on now and get to your tarot reading. This week we are going to look at what you know versus what you're missing. So let's get your cards and see what this week has in store for you. I'm going to start off by looking at what you already sense about this week, then what you're misreading, thirdly, what you are not seeing at all, what actually happens this week, and how to make the most of it. Virgo, I'm going to start off over here and we're going to look at what you already sense about this week. So Virgo, we see you presenting here as Queen of Wands, and this just tells us that you're going to be working with Queen of Wands energy. And Queen of Wands is our queen that is very connected to spirit. She knows that when she co-creates with spirit, she brings in great transformation. She has the ability to almost create magic in her life. She's a go-getting queen. She's a queen that doesn't sit back. She's a queen that takes action. And the wonderful thing I'm seeing is that you're feeling good, you're feeling strong, you know where you're going, and you are very positive that this week is going to bring in the results and the outcomes you have your heart set on. So a wonderful, strong energy around you all in all this week. Now let's move on and see what you could be misreading this week. And we have 10 of Wands and 9 of Pentacles. Now what I'm seeing here, Virgo, is that you have been working towards a particular goal in your life, but you're starting to feel as though it's taking too long. You are never going to reach your destination, and you're never going to actually get to close this off and reap the rewards of all your hard labor. Now, what this is, Virgo, is just because it has been going on for so long, I feel some of you have become quite disheartened and frustrated. And there might be a feeling of throwing in the towel just before the finish line. Now, Virgo, this could come up anywhere. It could be that you've been working on a particular project. It could be that you're doing some kind of home renovation, or that you're trying to get your own business off the ground, or you're looking for a job, or you're working on repairing or restoring a certain relationship. And because it's taken so long to get to the goal, you might have the urge to give up this week. And what we are seeing here, Virgo, is that you actually are right at the tail end. This is about to end for you. Once we see 10 of Wands, we know you're going to be able to put this burden down. And not only that, Virgo, the results that are waiting for you, the reward that is here, is being represented by 9 of Pentacles, which is all about abundance and prosperity and what that means to you. So this could very well be the transformation that we saw with our butterfly energy. And now just find the strength that we know you have within you to move through these last few steps, and you are going to be able to put that heavy load down. Now let's move on and have a look at what you are not seeing at all this week, where your blind spot could be. What we're seeing here, my dear Virgos, is very similar to what we saw with the elephant, is you do not realize how strong you are. Just because there could be times you get overwhelmed or you get this feeling of it's too big, it's too frightening, I can't do it. Don't underestimate the actual inner strength you have within you. What we are seeing here is your ability to confront any challenges that could come up, shut them down, just like she is closing the mouth of the lion, and deal with it head on. So, if there is a moment that comes about where you feel, I can't do it, it's too much, I'm not going to manage, just remember, you have within you strength, my dear Virgos, that if you work with, it'll amaze you. You have the ability to overcome whatever comes up this week, and not only overcome, Virgo, but to move into the results and the rewards you have been dreaming of. For some of you, you could also be seeing that there are actually people around you who could help you, who could be there for you, and who could support you in a significant way. This could be your friends and family, and perhaps, Virgo, you've chosen not to tell them what you're going through because you didn't want to worry them. But what we are seeing here is a missed opportunity for people to come in and be there for you, Virgo, to encourage you, to give you the right advice, to brainstorm with you, just to be your cheerleaders if you need them. So if you have people around you that you love and trust, and you haven't spoken to them or called them in at this time, they could be there waiting in the wings, my dear Virgo, and they could make the world of difference. Somebody could just come in and say something completely simple, but it changes everything for you. Now let's move on and see what actually happens this week. And we have 2 of Cups and the 5 of Pentacles. Now, Virgo, I do feel that this message is connected to what we have just spoken about. If you have this feeling that you are going it alone, that there is nobody there for you, you're unseen, you've got to struggle through whatever this tail end energy is, you're feeling completely alone, isolated. If you pick up the phone and make contact with somebody close to you, Virgo, we do see that you are going to be able to move out of this energy. Somebody who sees and loves you is going to come forward and is going to be there in a way that will amaze you and surprise you. And not only that, I do feel they have an incredible impact on this week. So as I said previously, they could see something, Virgo, that you are not seeing right now. Sometimes we are so in our own struggle, we can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. But if you speak to somebody who's not going through it, they can see opportunities and possibilities and solutions that we just cannot think of. If you bring the right people in this week, this energy of Five of Cups is going to go immediately and you're going to feel supported and loved. Let's move on now and see how your week ends and how to make the best of it. And we have King of Wands and the Seven of Wands. Now, Virgo, you are presenting at the end of the week as King of Wands. So we saw you coming through at the beginning of the week as Queen of Wands. So we now understand that you are working with both your masculine and feminine energy. The feminine energy is the more receptive energy, the energy of working with your intuition and co-creating with spirit. And your masculine energy is the more go-getting, proactive side of yourself. What I see is that at the end of the week, you're feeling incredibly strong, working with the King of Wands energy, and I see you having a strong feeling of, I am in the position now to get out there and create and initiate what I want to bring into my life. This energy of Nine of Pentacles is going to be a great motivator for you, because once you see and feel prosperity and abundance in whatever area this is, Virgo, you're not going to want to hold back now. You're going to want to use your incredible ideas to take this now and really make something of it. I also feel for many of you, there is a great sense of inner pride this week. You really acknowledge yourself for not giving up or giving in, especially when things got really tough and you could have had that temptation to throw in the towel just before the finish line. But I do see that for most of you, you might have the urge to do so, but you hold strong, and by holding strong, you're getting such incredible outcomes and bringing in wonderful changes. And when we overcome these kind of hurdles, my dear Virgos, it is so natural to feel good about ourselves because we know we have what it takes to face adversity in the eye and move past it and come out really well at the other end. So that's all I have for you right now. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I wish you the most wonderful week, and I am sending you all so much love.